Hey, Laurie Warren here, and welcome to our discussion on how to create vibrant health, body, mind, spirit. And our topic du jour is space. I want to talk to you today about embracing space and how that can create more health, joy, connectivity, creativity, productivity, and just relaxation in your life, which I think we all could use a little more of. So I want to start with my first example about how you can create space in your life, and it's a simple one. So many of us in conversation, it's a very quick back and forth. So I say something, you say something, I say something, and a lot of times we even talk over each other. So there's literally no space in the conversation and very little space in our minds to actually process what's being said and how we want to respond instead of react. That's the key. So let's say I'm talking with you and you say something that I find really deep and amazing, or maybe really aggravating and it actually angers me. So in that moment, when I'm getting that feeling, instead of reacting, I just take a deep breath or two deep breaths inside myself to create a space in the conversation. This allows me to then process the really deep thing you just said that I want to give, honor to the fullness of what you just said. Or if it's something that aggravated me, I want to give my body time to calm down. And actually this biochemically changes our brain into a more relaxed state so that we can then respond. And guess what? In those moments where I'm taking a breath and leaving a little space, maybe the other person decides to fill in a little bit of what they just said. And I realized I actually misunderstood. There was a miscommunication. And what they said was actually really beautiful and not something that should have aggravated me at all. And so this space allows for all that. Space is all about allowing. So that's an example of how space and conversation can actually really help us in so many ways. Another example of using space in our lives is when we get into overwhelm. Not that any of us are ever there. So when our lives are so busy and so full and we feel that we're just going from one thing after another during the day and we never get it all done, which you won't, by the way, just saying. But that feeling of overwhelm can really lead to a lot of health issues. It completely drags down our creativity and our ability to be productive. And actually, a recent Harvard business study showed that when we're multitasking, there's a 40% reduction in our productivity, and there's actually a 10% reduction in our IQ. And not to speak of all the stress that's created by multitasking. We're actually not designed to multitask. And in today's culture, this is not only encouraged, but it's actually rewarded. And you'll hear people talking proudly about what great multitaskers they are. Actually, none of us are good multitaskers. Our brains aren't designed to do it. And so it creates a lot of stress when we do it. So if you're having one of those days, and I'll give you an example, a personal example. The other day, I was having an extremely full day at work, and something kind of giant blew up, giant to me. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm going to explode. I highly recommend not exploding. But instead, what I chose to do is create some space. So I literally created a 15-minute window in my schedule, and I just went outside. So just the space of the outside, first of all, is super helpful. Your mind, when you stretch your eye, it stretches and relaxes your mind. Instead of looking at all this stuff right in front of us, screens and paperwork and stuff that needs to be done. Additionally, while I was out there, I was doing some deep breathing and I was being completely in the present, in the now. And by doing that, I wasn't thinking about what was wrong up in my office, and I wasn't thinking about what was going to happen later in the day. I was only thinking about right now, and I was thinking about the cars in the parking lot, and I was thinking about the tree that was blooming over there, and I was watching two birds doing their little mating routine, flitting around each other in the sky, and thinking about all that. So it was really being in the moment. And I'll tell you what, after 10 minutes, which is all I was able to create, I went back inside and felt like a totally new human. So I'd given myself some space to allow relaxation and a better frame of mind to come in. So that's another way that you can use space in your life to just create a way better situation for work, for productivity, and just for relaxation and less stress. The third thing I want to talk about as far as space is actually really mindfully creating space by embracing a meditation practice. So our spirit is best expressed when we drown out the noise of the world, and so that we can hear the whispers of our soul. So this is really important. And it also creates a complete sort of down regulation in our biochemistry, and it invokes our parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest system. So 10 or 15 minutes even would be great. If you can do longer, awesome. But you just simply sit and breathe and allow your mind to relax. Don't expect it to just relax and, shut up, because we've trained our mind over millions of years to be thinkers. But just keep coming back to your breath and only being present in your body. And just creating this space in your day is a huge benefit, again, for creativity, for being more productive, for being more relaxed, for being less reactive, for getting better sleep, for digesting our food better. The list goes on and on. It actually clinically lowers your blood pressure. So these ways that I gave them to you sort of in order of, I started out with something that was pretty easy, creating breath and conversation, and then creating 10 or 15 minutes during a busy day to just chill out and relax and create some space, and then going into something like meditation. So each one of these is incrementally requesting more time of you, but you will get it back a zillion fold in the benefits that it brings to you, both in your body, in your mind, and in your spirit. So I hope this was helpful for you. I know it's been super helpful for a lot of people that I've taught this idea to, of embracing space. And I would love to hear from you. So down below in the section below the blog, I would love for you to chime in. Let me know what you thought about the video. What was your favorite part? What was something that triggered for you and you thought, oh, I could have used this then, or I use this all the time, and here's what I do. Share with the other viewers how this space, allowing space in your life, has helped you. So I'd love to hear from you. Check in down below. And as always, I'm super appreciative that you joined me here today. I hope you have a fantabulous day. And I invite you to create vibrant health, body, mind, spirit, today and every day, because you are worth it. Have an awesome day. Thanks.